So we're going to do the midterm question 2 together. And I'm going to share my screen now. This is screen 1. And you see the
Yeah.
okay. So can you tell me when you have the I suppose you have the midterm question in front of you, yes?
Yes.
What I need you to give me now first is what is the budget?
So the budget, the estimated production cost is 16 million.
Okay, so let's put that in 16 million. It would be great if I could spell. Perfect. So we're not going to deal with the strike price right now because we're going to deal with it later. And it says, if I believe, and it's automatically filling this up. It says, if I believe correctly, that international, we are estimating to be able to sell the international distribution rights for about 30% of the budget, correct?
International sales estimate, it says 75.
Okay, so let's do that. And US is how much?
The US distribution rights for 30%.
Okay, so let's do that first. So we are at US here, as you see, 30% times the budget is 4.8 million, right? So this is what we are projecting we will be receiving from the US after the film is finished and we screen it at the film festivals and hopefully someone buys it. So this is a guess. We're also projecting that from international distribution, from buyers that buy the rights for international, we will be receiving 75% of the budget. So these are simply just projections. This means basically nothing. So if we put those together, we get to 16,800,000. So this part is simply just, I'm going to write this in here, projected, right? There's not, it's nothing real. But here is when it gets real. This is reality. I want to make a note so you know what's happening. Because what's actually happening is that 35% of our budget is now actually being pre-sold with rights that we start selling. From all our bucket of international rights that we will be selling, that we're hoping to sell for 75% of the budget, we're now actually starting to sell some rights, and we actually sold 35% of the budget, right? So that would be 35% of the budget is 5.6. Now what happens, as you know from this morning, is that when the distributor does a deal with you, they're going to pay you 20% on signing, and then they're going to pay 80% when the movie is delivered. This is what this is the down payment. So the down payment is simply 20% of $5.6 million.
Okay.
Sales agent says, I'm going to want to make my money because I made these pre-sales. I want to get paid. So when you make money and you get your down payment, I want my share of that. So that's why we're paying a 16% share of the down payment because that's all we're getting. So we need to deduct this then to figure out what do we have actually available right now as a first financing for our movie, and that's 940,800. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. So the bank says, I'm going to make these zeros here because I don't want you to get confused. So the bank says, so you have these pre-sales. That's great. And you're giving me the contracts for the pre-sales so I can cash flow them for you and give you a loan for them. That's great. But I'm not going to give you the 100% of the contracts. So I'm not going to give you $5.6 million. Instead, I'm going to give you 90% of that because what if someone doesn't pay? I don't want to run the risk, says the bank. So the bank is giving me 90% of the contract value of my pre-sales, which is 90% of $5.6 million.
Okay.
Right? We did get a down payment already, so we have to put that in there because we got this money. So we have to deduct it from the bank loan because the bank says you already got the down payment for the pre-sale, so we need to take that out. And we're going to leave you then with $3,920,000 because we deducted the down payment. And then we're going to charge you interest because we're not doing this for fun. So the bank charges you an interest of 5%, and they're deducting that too. So now you're left with a net pre-sale loan of $3,724,000. because you're deducting the interest as well.
Mhm.
So far clear?
Yeah, everything, the net price, yeah.
Okay. So to figure out how much gap loan we have to figure out what is the unsold rights. What rights can we still sell? Because that is what the bank looks at when they say we give you a gap loan. So we're going to look at our international rights sales altogether, which is 12 million. We're going to deduct the rights we've actually sold in order to figure out what we can still sell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense. So we're getting to $6.4 million. The bank will only ever give you 50% of that. That is why the number here is 50% of 6.4 is 3,200,000.
Okay. Mhm.
We're going to charge and we're going to check also just to be sure that it's not more than 20% of the budget, because that is the highest amount we can ever get as a gap loan. We never get more than that.
Okay.
It's the same. So that's good. So they're
Mhm.
going to charge us 9% interest. Was there a loan fee? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it says gap loan with a cap of the interest and our fee.
I think that's $50,000. I just looked it up. So the bank will also charge us a loan fee of $50,000. It says in the assumption.
50. Oh, okay. Loan fees are 50 combined.
Correct.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
$50,000 for both loans. So we have to pay that too. So we're deducting that. So we're left with a net gap loan of 2,862,000. So if
Mhm.
I add those two loans together, my pre-sale loan and my gap loan, I
Right.
get to 6,586,000. And if I
Right.
get the loan amounts that I actually have to pay back, because I have to pay back with interest,
Mhm.
then I get to 7,120,000. I'm going to make this red so you know this is an expense. We have to pay this back later,
Right.
right? So now we're talking about the incentive, and I think it was just 25% of a tax credit, 25% of the budget, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it says 20. Yeah, 25.
So here we go, and they're charging us a fee of 15%. What's the any
Um,
other fees?
the fees. Yes.
I think there were some other fees too. What were the other fees? The
A
EP?
legal fee of 15,000
Yeah,
and a producer fee of 10 upfront.
great, perfect. So we'll put those in because we have to pay those too. So now I'm deducting all the fees from the incentive, but I actually made a mistake here because the incentive is subject to the strike price. We have to figure out the strike price first. So hold on a second. This number is actually this times the strike price. We don't know what the strike price is yet, so I'm just going to mark this. We're going to figure this out in a second.
Oh,
Crowdsource. So we're going to figure out the strike price. Don't worry about it. Leave the production incentive inside because
okay.
it's not on the budget. It's going to be charged on the strike price, which is the actual amount we
Oh,
actually paying in the region. Because the
right.
region only gives us money based on what we're actually paying there.
Okay.
So if we have deferments or if we move money out of the budget or we don't have to pay it, we're not actually spending it in the region. So they don't give us money for it. Makes sense,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
We have to figure out the strike price in a minute, but let's continue first the finance plan. Crowdsourcing, I think they said it's just $250,000. So I'm going to put it.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding, how much was that?
Crowdfunding 250,000 subject to 25 administration fee and a 2% profit participation.
So the profit participation comes later, the fees being deducted. So we're ending up with 187,500. There was a music investment,
There was no,
right?
no. The music budget is 120,000. It's funded by a music investment. Oh, yes.
Great. What's the brand integration?
500,000.
Great. So they want if the advertising agency charges us a fee of 25%. So we're left with $375,000 for brand integration, right?
Yeah.
And then the mezzanine was 10% of the strike price, correct?
Yes.
So we need to figure out the strike price.
Subject to 25,000 legal fees and 25,000 executive producer fees.
Okay, which I think the executive producer fees, if I'm not mistaken, are are paid in recoupment. Yeah, is that possible?
Ye- Um, 50% interest payable on front and a 5 premium and 5 profit participation in perpetuity.
Okay, and then there was $50,000 in fees.
Fifth on the mezzanine. Legal fees, 25,000.
Really?
Mezzanine loan, 10% of the actual production cost, subject to 25,000 legal fees and 25 executive producer fees. So
Okay,
that
so
would
it's
be,
50,000.
yes, yes, you're right. So sorry.
No. I was just like, am I, well, you know what? I could be wrong too. So let's figure out the strike price. The strike price is the budget minus whatever our in-kind services are. So our in-kind services in our situation is the crowdsourcing,
Mhm.
because we're sourcing labor that we're getting for free, that we're not paying, that we have budgeted, and our music investment because it's connected to a music budget that now someone else pays.
Okay.
So those two things were budgeted and they are services, and now they're going to be taken out. So that's why we are deducting those two. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say 16 million minus, where is it? The crowdsourcing 250 and minus the music investment, because
Mhm.
music investment covers the music budget, which is budgeted line item. Crowdsourcing covers certain positions in the budget, which are
Right.
not taken out. So that's our strike price, 15,630,000. So now I can figure out my incentive here. See,
Mhm.
automatically did it. And then now I can figure out my mezzanine here too, because that is also driven by the strike price. See there?
Oh, okay.
Right? So now I know what my strike price excluding the
Right.
equity is, because I'm just summing up all the finance sources.
Mhm.
Then I figure out what my equity will be in the end, which is 2,965,755, because I have to hit the strike price.
Mhm.
What I have, right?
Uh, thank you so much for, because today what I was not understanding, it was the strike price and what were the fees that I had to take out of it. And
Right.
today also that we went through the whole budget and we were talking about the strike price, I was like, okay, like I'm understanding it. So that's why I was gonna come back to the question number 2. But this, like, now I totally get it.
Perfect. So it's basically, I mean, you know this from even the music industry. You put a budget together to shoot the video, right?
Yeah.
Line items, people, camera, sound, actors, you know,
Right.
location, blah, 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 blah. You have a whole budget. Same thing like a movie. It's a mini movie. And when certain people do something for free, you still have it, you originally had it in your budget. And then if someone says to you, oh, you know what? I'll do this for free for you. I like you, Cristina. It's all good. Is it Cristina or Maria?
It's Maria Cristina.
Okay, you want me to call you Cristina or Maria?
Yes, Cristina, it's good. Thank you.
So it's basically, they say, Cristina, I'm doing this for free. You had budgeted originally. So now it's for free. So you can basically reduce your budget because you're not going to have to pay for it.
Right.
Right price. It's
Right,
basically
right.
budget minus shit you get for free. The end.
Okay. That's the best description.
So forget
Thank you
everything else.
so much.
Now let's go into the recoupment schedule, because we now have produced our movie. This is our movie finance plan. It's great. Thank you very much. Fantastic. We have a movie finance. Now the movie's finished. Now we're in the market. We're selling it now. And we're also
Right.
delivering in the movie now to all the people that pre-bought it, right? Now we're going to recoupment, and it's already populated, of course. So what happened here is that we have domestic, still the same number. It's 4.8.
Right.
We have our international revenues, which is still $12 million. Still about 16 million eight that we had before. Now, in one of the case studies, we had the brand integration split up, where the brand said, I'm going to give you half upfront and I'm going to give you half when you deliver. This is not the case in the midterm.
Okay.
So there is no additional brand integration. That's why that is 0.
Okay.
Total gross is still 16.8. Now, of this, you already received the down payment. Remember, the distributors already paid the down payment and used it. So when they're paying the 80%, you're not going to get that again. So we have to deduct that here, which is why it's deducted. So our adjusted gross revenue is therefore only 15,680,000. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
And then we have to pay our people. We pay the collection agent always 1% of whatever is landing in the collection account, which is 1% of 15,680,000.
Mhm.
Bank loan back, of course, we have to pay our bank.
The bank back.
We pay the bank loan, including the interest, which is the gross loan amount, right?
Right.
We then pay our sales agent, who gets 16% of this number because we already paid him for the down payment. So it's
Oh,
not extra,
okay.
correct? Getting 16% of this because in the midterm he's selling everything. He's selling domestic and
And
international.
international.
Then we're paying our mezzanine lender back. We're paying him a 5% premium because that's what he told us he wants. We're paying the equity back. We're paying the 20% premium to the equity, which we always do. And here's all our expenses, right? So now
Okay.
how do we figure out our net revenue? Very simple. We take our gross revenue minus our expenses, and there's our net revenue.
Revenue.
Yeah, like these two numbers is all we're doing. We have money, we pay money, we're left with money, hopefully. So now we pay here all the profit participants. The equity investor is getting half of what he gave us. This is 50% of the percentage that he gave us in relation to the budget, which is this.
Oh,
It was
okay.
18.97%, and that's why we are getting him 9.49%,
1.9. Mhm.
right? The
Yeah.
investor is supposed to get 5, so he gets 5. The crowdfunders get 2, so they get 2. Crowdsourcing get 2, they get 2. The director gets 5, CAS gets 5. These are all profit participations that are driven as from this net revenue number. They're all sharing in what the net revenue is.
Mhm.
And we are getting the rest. The end.
Okay.
That's,
Wow.
so that's all it is. So I'm going to send you this recording. I'm
Thank
going
you
to stop
so much.
sharing. So that way you can do the midterm number 2.
Thank you so much.
Look at it, and you're going to do it on your own. You're going to
Mhm.
remember what I told you just by looking at it, and then you just type it in your own little temp sheet, which I think you have.
Yeah.
You have the temp sheet you have. So then you send the midterm in.
Okay.
And then the other 2, try to do the same thing.
Mhm.
Follow these steps and see where you end up. And if there is a step that makes no sense to you, where you're like, hold on a second, I don't remember this now. I don't remember this now. Call me and we do it together.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think that I will be able to make it now that I have, after the call today in the morning, I had a lot of things more clear because we went through everything. And after this, I think that I will be able to make it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. Was there anything else you needed to get answers to?
No, that was the purpose of my call.
Well, that's a good purpose of your call. You got your midterm done now. So send the midterm in when you get it done, and then try to do the others as long as it's fresh in your mind. Sometimes it's good to just do them. You
To
see
do
how fast this goes. It
Yeah.
didn't even take us 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So if you go step by step by step, you're like, okay, hold on, this is what I have to do. Okay, great. This is what I have to do.
Right.
Because the templates are usually already laid out with the steps,
Mhm.
that will help you to remember what you have to do next.
Right.
So try to do it that way and see again, if you get stuck, just send me a quick email and we'll just set something up for the weekend.
Thank you so much. This weekend, my goal for this weekend is to actually be on time with everything. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, but don't worry about lates. I really don't care about deadlines. It's not, for me, it's more important that you understand what you do and why you do it. That is more important than anything else. So don't worry about, oh my God, I'm late, it's missing, and the big red thing on my thing there, it says missing and late. Who cares? I don't even look at that. For me, it's just important that you understand what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Right.
Okay?
Thanks again. Thank you so much for your time, and so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Lovely, lovely. You go have a little bit of a weekend. Don't work too hard, okay? Not on my account.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye,
Have a nice
Cristina.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.